best way to think of it is like, you know how DNA
We don't know, what's going to come next. There's a potential that something could come that could be even more dangerous than this. It may not, it may, but we need to be. I think the one lesson is that we need to be prepared, and we need to be prepared globally. It can't just be, we kind of put up a fence around an individual country or parts of the world, because that's just not going to cut it. There is fantastic data sharing, but there has been times in the pandemic where that's been too slow. There's been I know there's internal politics within certain countries. There's reluctance about certain populations to share data. It's a very, very complex issue, but I think that we need to be thinking that obviously in light of the really courageous decision by the South African scientists and government to provide information about the Omicron, which then obviously had an impact on South Africa. We need to be thinking about globally how we're going to do this really going forward. The COVID is bad, but there's always the potential for something worse, which we've been incredibly lucky to get really quite incredibly effective vaccines so quickly, but we need to be prepared. So I think, in my mind, I'm quite positive in the sense that we've developed systems now that can be adapted for our future pandemic preparedness, and in the meantime we can put them to good use in dealing with drug-resistant pathogens and typhoid and TB and flu, but that will prepare us for a future pandemic. At the same time, it will also help protect us from COVID-19.